Hello everybody. Today I'm doing the unboxing, or rather it's already unboxed, a review of a product I was able to find on Amazon. Couldn't find anybody else talk about it, but it's a USB expansion, and a lot of you would think, oh, there's external USB expansions out there, but this one is the internal USB expansion. This is the product right here. It's the Nzxt model Iu01 internal USB expansion. As you can see, you plug in your internal USB so you have an input here. So you get a cable that comes with it, internal USB header. You plug this, then you plug this to your motherboard. So one head goes to this, and the other head goes to the motherboard, and then you have a Molex cable that powers this unit itself. As you can see, it has its own processing chip and everything. So it's able to actually, it's basically its own USB circuit board. Well, that's obvious. As many of you will know, most motherboards, we have a chipset that allows them certain amount of USB inputs, and the motherboard that I have has one shot for the case I have, because I have a lot of other devices that I'm using the other USB cable, the other USB output for. It has a few USB because I got a card reader. Since I use a lot of external cards, and I switch them back and forth, so I got an external card, so I had to use some of my USB input. So I was one short for the case. So I went to online and searched what is out there. Few people have talked about this. I barely saw a YouTube video of it, so I decided to actually make one. So you have an input here, and then here you have 3 headers. So you get 3 headers out of one. So you get 3 USB headers. Then you also get 2 USB 2.0 main. So if you want to put a receiver or some type of a dongle, you can actually put the dongle inside your case instead of plugging into one of your USB on the external part of your case. So you get a total of 5, 2 main, and then 3 internal headers. So I think it's a pretty good product. I haven't yet put it together yet. After the break, we actually put it together, and what's nice about Nzxt is they actually put a Velcro on the back, so you can actually stick this something. So you have the Velcro on the back of the board itself, and they give you the sticky part where you can actually attach to anywhere. So you have the soft part here. Stick it to wherever you want inside your case, and then put this right on it. So you won't have moving parts all over the place. So any of you who build their own cases, their own setup, you can actually use this if you run out of USB, and that's what I'm gonna use it for. After the break, I will show you the steps to actually plug it in, and also how easy it is to install, because basically you just plug in. The Molex cable goes in there, this goes into one of your USB headers, and you're good to go. So let's go get the case. So here we are. As you can see, the device is plugged in. I plugged in so this goes into the USB input on the motherboard, as you can see right there. And I have a Molex cable running from the power supply straight into the device itself. So that is plugged right there, and that's it. I plugged in my 2 USB, still have 1 extra, which is nice, and 2 extra ones if I ever want to plug in any dongle. So And also for people who don't have a motherboard that has a Wi-Fi, even though I don't recommend it, you can actually get it on Google, put it right there, and you're okay. But to explain why I don't recommend plugging your desktop to Wi-Fi is if you're using it for gaming and such stuff like that, you might want to connect it straight through Ethernet. And if you do that, you get faster speed because actually when you run it through Wi-Fi, you might only be getting probably 70% of your speed. Don't quote me on that number. I'm just guessing based on some of the numbers I have seen on my Wi-Fi. And if I connected through a 30 megabits, I might be only getting sometimes 15, sometimes only 10 from a 30 megabits line. So on the Ethernet, I will get a 30 megabits per second, while on the Wi-Fi, I'm only getting maximum 15, usually around 10. So just a note, plug your desktop straight to Ethernet. Even for people who uses console gaming, you might want to plug it straight through Ethernet, because you might notice sometimes when you're playing your games, you lose connection. Basically, you lose you don't lose the game, but you lose connection with the server, and basically you get angry when that happens. Okay, that's my review of the product. Again, the product is Nzxt model. Let's see if the reflection will stop. There we go. Internal USB expansion model Iu01. If you want to pick one up, I'll put a link in Amazon for the Amazon on the description. It's pretty cheap, so pick one up if you need it. If you don't need it, no need to buy it. Don't waste your money. All right. Bye-bye.